Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode of me, Annie D, you know what, conversing with lots of interesting people right here on the purple sofa. Do you know, I feel as if I haven't been here for ages. It's been ages. In fact, I just tried to do this and I had to do it again. Such is my kind of lack of, finesse with this thing. But I have to say, I have been kind of dossing around Goa. So yeah, it has been a while since I've done this. And of course, Tawi, good to know that you're in. Diamond Khan, good to know that you're in. So I'm waving to you too. Now, it's all about my guest today. So anybody who has come from my part of town, my part of the world, will know him instantly. Honestly, you will. Ruchi, good to know that you're in. I mean, songs like Chokthere or Chokthere or even Chokthere. I'm sure that's a misspell on YouTube. But anyhow, arranged marriages, you know, how many songs, Boom Shakalak, have just given him international acclaim. He has worked with the biggest stars across the globe. And he is the one person, award-winning, singer-songwriter, Apache Indian, that has introduced that iconic sound. And he's literally combined reggae and Bhangra, something that he has only been able to do. And I haven't seen it replicated as well as, you know, he's done it, to be honest. He has got awards across the board, not only for his contribution to the music industry, but also for his talk show, Real Talk. So imagine what this guy has done in a 30-year career span. Can you imagine? Amazing stuff. Now, I have been to one of his gigs and it has really got the crowd going. And, Rashad Haider, good to know that you're in. And Tahir, so before I move on. Tahir, good to know that you're in. So I'm going to take this opportunity to say hi to everybody that's joining it. Well, as many as I can. Of course. So, and hopefully people will be coming and going. And of course, you can watch this all on IGTV if you don't have time to watch it right now. There has been a bit of a time difference, 5.5 hours. I am in Gurgaon and my guest today is in Birmingham. So you can imagine it, the Saat Samunda Park stuff going on here. But we are doing it. We are not, we're getting rid of that obstacle. And I need to find out today whether this Don Raja is as hot as his Vindaloo curry. His words, not mine. So it is time to find out the truth, as I call him to my podium. So I'm going to check if he's in. So Ram Kumar, good to know that you're in too. So let's see. And I'm going to have to find out how to do this because all these little signs have changed. So let's see how I get him on. Right, I hope I can do this. I hope I'm doing this right. Hang on a second. So who is on here? So is he on? So has he managed to get on is my question. Where as usual, why does this only happen to me? Why does this only happen to me? Honestly. I need to do this a lot more often to get used to this, honestly. But let's see if my guest is in. And I will try and send him a request. Oh, he's joined, so hopefully we're good to go. So Apache, I'm waiting for you. This purple sofa awaits you. It certainly does. It's my throne, put it this way. Oh, you're trying. Oh, good. That's good to know. So have you found my request is the question. So just tell me yes or no, or shall I send you one again? You can tell our age range, can't you? Instagram is obviously way beyond us. Do you want to try again? Shall I send you another request? Well, you know what? I might as well just say hello to everyone while he's trying to join in. Unactive is very active here, waving away. Hi, good to know that you're in. Soumya, good to know that you're in too. Let me try again. Oh gosh, Mum, you're on too. So good. By the way, everybody, my mum is on too. How she got onto Instagram, I don't know, but she obviously knows more than I do. So, okay, so let's see who has just, yes, he has asked to come in and I will view the request and I will go live. Hi, Soumya, good to know that you're in. Well, you know what, I must have talked to all of you while I wait for Apache. You're sharing, hi mum. So you're sharing the podium with one of these iconic artists, and I'm excited about talking to him today. Bande, good to know that you're in. Apache, hello. Oh dear, what's the connection?
Can you hear me?
Oh, there's a bit of a, not bad freeze. B, good to know that you're in. Vibes, good to know that you're in. Bagheera, yes, we're waiting for Apache's connection to kind of tighten up here. So meanwhile, I'll say hi to everybody. Sunisha, good to know that you're in. Mashaba, DJ Shireen, hey, good to know that you're in. Malad, hey, oh, you know what? I think Apache, you're going to have to try again. Shall I send you another request? Because I think your connection has just stuck. So I think you're in the studio where, ironically, the connection is really bad. So let's try this again. So, yep, let me try. Oh dear. So I shall give it another go. But it is all part of the game. It is all part of live. And that's what we love, isn't it? If it was perfect, it would be as half as interesting, right? So DJ Vinny, good to know that you're in. Mr. Yadav, Ando Bapu, hello to you too. Ichiman, hi, how are you? I am Sharon. Is it now? Let's see who sent me a request. It could be well, you know what? I'd love to have you on my show, honestly, Sharon, but you know how it is. Hey, should be good to know that you're in. Lots of people coming in. I'd love to be able to get my guest in too. So Charlie Digital, good to know that you're in. So I'm trying to, I hope if I've missed anyone out, I am so sorry. Hey, say my name. Ichiman Sahana. Have I done it right? Mr. Hi, Apache. You know what? Apache and I have this conversation, and it's definitely live, but it's happening on text as opposed to. Apache, I've sent you another request. Do you think you can get on, or do you want to send one to me and I'll accept? Topman Wiley, good to know that you're in. So if you're Topman, if you're there with Apache, you can help him get on. Mandy, good to know that you're in. So yeah, hi everybody. As I said before, my guest today, we're Sat Samundar Par. So you can imagine the kind of obstacles that we're trying to get over just to be able to connect today. And I'm hoping that the light doesn't go because I am in India and anything can happen and the light does go. But guess what? I have my candles over here. They're not real, but they're real. I must show you actually. Hopefully, look, there you go. Oh God, does this work? Yeah, there you go. So if I need it, if the light goes, I have this. So there you go. So I am prepared. So yeah, Apache is trying, as he says. I wish you could see his messages. So he is trying to get on. He is here with us. Oh, Sylvia, I know. I'm quite impressed with my candles. I've come prepared, see? Rajesh, good to know that you're in. Deval, good to know that you're in. Oh gosh, so many people. Hi, hellos going on. Soumya, yes, you're from India. I don't know how I figured that actually. So am I. I'm actually in Gurgaon, by the way. So we're on the same side. Apache India, can you accept? Well, if you send me a request, Apache, I certainly will. It'll be a pleasure to accept your request. Yeah, so send me one over. You need to accept it. Yeah, I am trying. Let me do this. I mean, the request hasn't come through right now, so let me send one in. Let me send. There you go. It's sent successfully. So Apache, did you catch that? Yeah, well, yes, Soumya. Well, some people call it Delhi, but technically it's Haryana. So yeah, I'm waving too. There you go, Supriya. Good to know. Oh dear, oh dear. It's good to have a bit of a joke and a laugh with people actually, because I just don't get a chance when I'm talking to my guest. So let me try again. We are going to try. We're going to keep on trying. Sabin, I love you for coming on. Okay. Apache, how are we doing?
We made it in the end.
We did it. It's perseverance.
That's right. Hold on 1 second. I have been trying for
I
a while.
know. But I've had a chance to talk a lot to the viewers actually that come on. I never get a chance. So
And
actually, you gave
everything
me a
for
chance to do.
everything for a reason then. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Great to be with you. Great to be with you. Thank you for this. Thank you.
no, pleasure is all mine. Happy New Year to do it. And you know what? I hope it gets better. Now, look, listen. No, we were trying to figure out the thesis statement today. Is the Don Raja hotter than Vindaloo curry? As he says it is.
I like that.
This is the thesis statement for today. But I'll tell you something, you are steaming. Congratulations are in order, Apache.
Thank you, thank you.
You've 30-year period has been recognized because you have been recognized by your country and by the Queen for your services and contribution to society and the music industry. A BEM no less, the British Empire Medal. Wow, amazing. Tell me, how does it feel?
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you very much. I mean, absolutely speechless. I mean, my music has always been very personal, a mixture of
Yeah,
everything from India, Punjab, my language.
I know.
I've always tried to embrace it, and obviously the roots from the UK, the multicultural,
Yeah,
the diversity. I celebrated that through music, and shared my views and opinions about subjects. I didn't really think it was a success, a formula for success. So
yeah,
anyone that embraced it, anyone that's helped me on that journey, especially when I came back home to India, I'd like to
yeah,
thank everyone. So this medal from the Queen is for all of us, all of us. So you
yeah,
helped me on the journey. It's not just for me. It represents a lot for community, for music, for India, for British Asian. So I am so happy to
yeah,
start this year with a blessing from the Queen, and
yes,
obviously it means it's about giving back, and he recognizes all the work in the community and the youth. So I hope people can be inspired by that. The
yeah.
journey has a new chapter has just started, Annie. A new
Oh,
chapter.
it can only get better, Apache. I'm telling you this. It can only get better for me. And I'll tell you why. I grew up with your songs, as in the 90s. You came in the 90s, you hit the scene. Then obviously, I don't know what happened though in between. I didn't really hear you much. And then suddenly you come, I hear you breathing again. Give me a bit of that journey. What was that journey like?
I mean, the journey was, I mean, it was good and bad to tell you the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a lot of success in the beginning, in the
Mm.
90s, like you said, 91, 92. No, I mean, I released my first record in 89. It was #1 in the reggae
Wow.
charts, and the second song and the third. By 1992, I was signed to a big record deal, Island
Mm.
Records. I mean, great, fantastic, changed my life. But obviously, deep end. I mean, 7 top 40 British hits in the first three
Absolutely.
years. Went around the world already touring and performing with some of the biggest artists. And people ask me, what happened in the 90s, and we didn't really see you again. It was a big bang and
Yeah.
a bit. The truth is that, I was busy around the world doing other things, but
Yeah.
a lot of success at that level comes with not a lot, but it comes with problems as well
Yeah.
that have probably never been discussed. I've had to deal with them on the way. Nothing, that big comes without
Yeah.
issues. I was new, I
Yeah.
was new to the business, and that's why my voice is getting louder now to say, you know what, I don't want other people to go through those difficulties. I want to be inspiring to others. It doesn't have to be that hard. And
Yeah.
India showed me that much love, but you know what, I'm coming back to tell India about the other side of it. So I want to come back to India and
Yeah.
talk to you personally on some of the big TV shows. I want to come and speak to you, Annie, in person, to say that, you know
Loving
what,
it.
there was a lot of controversy. There was a lot of things behind the scenes that kept me away from India. And
Yeah.
that broke
Fair
that
enough.
broke my heart because I'm an Indian,
Yeah.
and to get love from India felt special, but to
Yeah.
get hate from some people, being ripped off by some people, and stories are
Yeah.
untold, and I've had to deal with that myself, mental health and lots of things. To tell you the truth, anyone will tell you that any journey that takes you so high also
Yeah.
comes with difficulties. The fact that I'm still here doing that and preaching the same thing and doing and sharing my life means a lot to me. It means more than what
Yeah.
people even realize. So let's cut
Yeah.
to the chase. The world changed. I'm coming to share good and bad stories, so then we can move on. You can't move on just with good stories. So
No, loving that. Loving
so
that.
with India,
Honestly.
with India, it's always going to be personal. So I'm going to come back and open up a can of worms, and then you're going to say, "Really? I never knew that was going on then, Steve. I never knew that,
Yeah.
Apache. I'm sorry." Because you know what, it hurt me, and then someone came to me that I was working with the National Association of the Blind,
Yeah.
Vera Rao, love her very much, and she said, "You know what, Steve, don't be upset with India. Be upset with
Yeah.
the people that did that to you." So I'm coming back with some stories, yeah. So
Oh, loving that.
everything's important. Everything's important.
Oh my, so this is going to be the real talk. Oh,
We
I
haven't
can't
start. We
wait
haven't
actually.
started. We haven't started, Annie. Yeah, we haven't started. We've started saying you're celebrating everything. We're celebrating with the Queen. We're celebrating with the communities all over the world. But you know what? We have to address issues that affected us, me
Absolutely.
personally, and our community, and the things that hold us back. So it's not just
Yeah.
about celebration, because celebration doesn't move us forward. It's about acknowledging the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because this is what people need to know when they're coming in the industry. All they see is like the sunny side, but they really do not see the other side. And we've seen stories about people, child actors even, really making it big, then suddenly they vanish. And then you see stories of them, losing everything, or the things they've been subject to. They're definitely really important. I cannot wait to hear about it because it's real. This is what
It's
it's all
real.
about. And this is what
It's real.
people need to know.
Yeah.
But I tell you something, I am not going to, you've got a lot to say because you've got what, 30 years, almost 30 years of a journey. So 30 years from when you, almost 30 years from when you started, right? And, so this is it. You probably covered what, about 3 generations, almost 4. So I'm not sure how they define a generation now because it's coming so quickly. So when somebody says to you, Apache, oh, you know what? Apache, my dada used to listen to you. My dad loves you. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it makes me feel great because the grandfather and the father used to listen to it, but the fact that the kid is now listening to it,
Yeah.
it feels great, and the father feels great. Yeah, I used to listen to Apache. I told you listen to good music, and and it just means so much. It spanned across generations. It wasn't, as I said, a
Absolutely.
formula for success. It wasn't something people like this. I was literally sharing my life. And I think the
Yeah.
biggest inspiration, come back from the world is that people have said to me, yeah, what you've showed us is that you can be a part of the world as an Indian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't about music. It was about any industry. I've been in Hollywood. I've been in Bollywood. We've been mainstream charts. But my name's Apache Indian. Should have thought, right from the
This
beginning.
is it. This is it. And you've been remembered. So you know what? This is the amazing thing, Apache. I cannot believe this. You've been there and you came out. You're back again. But it doesn't matter what happened. You may have left us, but your music stayed. People know you. People know your songs. So you were remembered. And that's the key thing. That is the key thing that we need. And that's what you call, a good tune. But listen, you're Punjabi. You're from Jalandhar, I think. How
Yeah.
did this reggae Bhangra fusion come about? How did it come about? Why did the Bhangra come as opposed to the reggae Bhangra?
I mean, really, if you think about it, and it's really, really simple. My parents are from Jalandhar. I wasn't born in Jalandhar, so my parents were
Yeah.
born in Jalandhar, Punjab. They came over to the UK in the 60s. I was born in 1967 in
Yeah.
Handsworth in Birmingham. Anyone knows about Birmingham? It's a very, very multicultural town,
Yeah.
very diverse before even I got here. And my parents went straight into work, and I was dropped off
Yeah.
with a nanny next door, and the nanny was from Jamaica.
Right.
So,
Okay.
the win, I mean, it wasn't just a love of reggae music when I was a teenager, it was
Mm.
the understanding of a culture, a language,
Yeah.
8 hours a day for 5 hours, 5 years in a Jamaican household, and then
Yeah.
go back home and this Punjabi, Bollywood, Hindi, Mohammed Rafi, Asha Bosli,
Yeah.
so really all that's fused already in your head. And then when you go on the
Mm.
streets, it's a different language, it's a different tone again. So you have to be out there and try to find your identity.
Mm.
I mean, our parents came from Jalandhar, we love it, but they didn't come from the UK. So
Yeah.
they didn't go to the schools, they didn't mix with different people from different backgrounds
Yeah.
as we did. But so we learn from them, but we have to teach them. And that's why I tell people
Yeah.
now, you will have a divide as time goes by because the world changed,
Yeah.
even with families and even with communities. So we have to find ways of coming together. And when
Mm.
I made my music, first of all, it was just me sharing my hobbies, my passions. Every time I went home, there
Yeah.
was a movie on from India. So my first song was called Movie Over India. But it was
Yeah.
always going to be done with the reggae, the love of the reggae, the understanding of the language. It couldn't be any more real. And then a little British twist to it. Hence songs
Yeah.
got into charts like Arranged Marriage, Reggae,
Yeah.
Bhangra, Proud of My Roots, Jalandhar City.
Yeah.
So I was absorbing everything from home. I was absorbing everything from the street, and I wanted to celebrate it.
Yeah.
And really, as I said, to find my identity. We didn't grow up seeing brown faces on TV here on Top of the Pops
Yeah.
and Holland and all the things I did. We were cool, but we weren't really there. So I didn't
I
make
know
it.
where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from here.
People said to me, "You made us cool." I mean, it wasn't about that for me. It was about me being cool first. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted to be cool. I wanted to find my identity. I wanted to be a part of this strange country and town that my parents
Yeah.
have put me in. It could have been a different city. It could have been a different country. I could have actually been born back at home in Jalandhar if they didn't leave. So
Yeah.
people, make your music your own. It's very, very, very Birmingham. I mean, look at before me, UB40, the biggest group in
Yes.
the world, reggae, and they're white. So what does that
Yes.
show about diversity from Birmingham? So soon you're going to find India.
Yeah.
And now communities are even more diverse. So you know what? Celebrate diversity. I do it through music. I share it and I share love. But I will tell you things that I don't like. I'll tell you things I
Yeah.
have views about. I would tell you things about maybe controversy, but do it with respect. It wasn't easy to write
Mm.
songs about caste system, AIDS,
Yeah,
drink problems
absolutely.
in the first album. So I come with no reservations. That's the title of the first album. I'm still standing here. But you know what? The truth, the real story, has never been told.
Yeah.
And I've
Well,
always gone back and forth, and I'm telling it because I'm an artist that has a lot of passion. It was always about
yeah.
passion. It was always real, but it was always about community, and it's all about people. So I'm not going to
Mm.
stand here with the Queen's Medal and 30 years and all this success and not share it and not try to help others. And
I'm
that's the
loving
mission.
that.
That's the mission.
No, that's good stuff. And I tell you, I resonate with what you're saying because I'm a Southall girl. Okay, born and
Well, there
brought
you
up in
go.
Southall. Yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about. So this is, I think this is why you were so popular because a lot of us, a lot of us Indians, especially Indians abroad, really resonated with you. And I think that's what happened. That's what the connection was when we heard your songs. But, but even whatever you did, but still, it was a massive risk. I mean, no, I mean, nobody came with, nobody came, came with, let's do reggae with Bhangra. I mean, it just wasn't the thing, but you came and did it. How did you know that reggae and Bhangra would fuse so sweetly, though?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know. All I knew is that the Bhangra and the Punjabi language came from my roots. I hear it at home. And then
And then,
I love
okay,
reggae music. But before you go in the studio, it's fused in your head. Here's the
yeah,
Bhangra coming out. But here's the language. Here's the Yama, all the patwa. Here's the street. And so really, what did I sing about? I sang about what was in my head. It was already fused before I spoke. I didn't make music, as I said, as a
mm,
formula. I didn't want to be an artist. I wanted to be a teacher. And now I'm a teacher.
yeah,
I teach in a college, Southern City College, big up. I teach sport, I teach young people. So never give up on your dreams, guys.
yeah,
But God had a different plan for me. And, I'm teaching through music, if you like. But I made it my own. And when we got in the studio and started mixing those two beats together, it worked. It was
yeah.
working
Damn, it worked.
without trying. And then, people have to understand that the Queen Award recognizes that genre of music that didn't
Yeah,
exist then. So
this is
not
it.
only did I make it my own, I created our own lane in music and life itself because we had Bhangra, we had reggae, we had hip hop, we had Bollywood, we had all the dance music. We didn't have the Asian urban
Yeah,
sound, the
no, we
mixture
didn't.
of how we were born in this country. And
Yes.
how do you do that? By being proud of, of your own roots. So,
See,
it
this is it.
it was clever, and but I look back at it and look at what I was doing, kind of thing. Oh, really? And how it inspired people. But as I said, music has to come from your heart first, your
Mm,
soul. That's to heal you first, and then share it with the
absolutely.
world. Then share it.
The,
Yeah.
No, definitely. And I tell you, it's funny that, I went out the other day, okay, and this is just a couple of days before I was going to talk to you today. And so I was talking to this guy, early 20s. So we're in Gurgaon, okay. And we were just chatting. He says, I'm really interested in music and I'm going to the studio. I'm thinking of doing a couple of tracks. And I said, hey, guess what? I'm interviewing Apache on Sunday. And this guy's going, I'm not too familiar with the name, but his mum comes in India, right? I says, oh, Apache. Everybody knows Apache. And then the guy said, I need to see this guy. So he puts his YouTube on. And he puts Chokthere on, right? And he goes, hang on, I don't know this guy, but how come he's got 14 million views on that video? I need to know who this guy is. So he plays the song and he was absolutely gobsmacked. He loved the sound. He never heard it before. So to me, the message is, Apache, you need to come right back. You need
Yeah.
to educate and you need to put it right back out there. We've got a new generation to deal with.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, thank you. Those kind of stories keep me going. The father, the parents, the young person. But music is evergreen. It lives. It's still there. Hopefully, it'll be there even when I've passed away. But I'm celebrating it
Yeah,
while I'm on this planet. There's so it still affects people's lives, and they weren't
yeah.
even born then. But it meant so much then because there wasn't internet. There wasn't you couldn't just go and find it like that. What about
This
then?
is it,
When
yeah.
there wasn't a phone, there wasn't YouTube, radio wasn't even so popular in India when I came. So it was really, really difficult. But if it's doing that today, it was important as ever as it was on the first day.
Well, this guy couldn't believe it. I said, you know nothing about music if you don't know Apache. We all do, mate.
Incredible,
But
incredible.
I have to say, your songs, though, as I said, we all resonated. It's about arranged marriages, about elections, about, everything that you've talked about. So were you on a mission then? what was the reason for it? Were you on a mission to get a message out? What were you trying to achieve by
I,
singing these songs?
I was trying to achieve, just my mission was to, make sense of my own life. Like I said, the first record
Yeah,
was just done, movie over India. It was just, if anyone
yeah,
understands reggae sound system, you can make a
yeah.
song, just one song, and that was the idea,
Yeah,
one song.
I know.
I found my identity through doing that, searching for my own spirit and my soul in this
Yeah,
crazy world. And then there wasn't a mission. I mean, the mission was talk about more things in that. You have your whole life to do your first album, and that
yeah,
first album, and then they say, can we have a second album overnight? So that first album, I spoke about problems of caste. High
yeah,
class, low class, we don't want that. Everyone equal and God decide that. About AIDS. This is a one in each and everyone. You have to know about the AIDS man on the island, arranged marriage. You know how that goes.
yeah,
And so it was all my views, all my concerns at the time about anything. I'm still concerned about a lot of things. My
yeah.
views as an Indian, as a British Indian. So it wasn't, as I said, a formula for success, a formula for a new genre, a formula to even
Mm.
inspire other. It was just me. I
It was
have
just
things to
you.
say. But the fact that people did resonate with that, it made it more special. And, and,
Yeah,
and and then I can carry on 30 years later because it was always real. So I tell people
yeah,
to be real. You can have that first song and you can get to number one, you can sell a million records. But what are you going to do
yeah.
with the second song if it wasn't real in the first place? So
Absolutely.
you can only fool people, and you're only fooling
Once.
you're fooling yourself. That's what you're doing.
Yeah,
Be real, be honest, and you'll still be there. And I was laying a foundation for my life. I didn't know where it was going, even after signing a record deal. People, when you're 23, 24, you don't know what you're going to be doing when you're 34 and 44. You don't know. That's one
absolutely.
thing you don't know. But when you're
Yeah,
34 and 44, you know what God put you on the
yeah,
planet for. You take it more seriously, and then it turned into a mission, and then it turned into a movement. I mean, the first album was called No Reservations, but the second one, it was called Make Way for the Indian, then Soul of the Movement, then Time for Change. I haven't stopped even in the title of the album. I won't stop. There was passion from the beginning. The voice got louder with the Queen, and there's more passion. And the passion now is to help people and say, don't go down that way, do this. And if I can help you, I will help you. Get in touch. Yeah, really, really
yeah,
serious. The music was about us, not me.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
So
about me sharing that with you.
then how much of you is an artist and how much of you is an activist or a politician or what? What's the
It's the
title?
same.
Or is it just you?
It's the same person. The artist is Stephen. Stephen Kapoor is my name. People even in India, what's your name then? What's your real name? They want to know who I am, where I'm from. I'm very, very proud of that. But you know what? From day one, this is nothing new. From day
Yeah,
one, I've talked about things. I've had no reservations about that. I will continue to do that. Yes, I've started talking in the UK now about the problems that we have. I'm going to start with music. I'm going to start with some stations.
yeah,
I'm going to start with the community. But yeah, there's other things to address. There's a long list. I have a name. I have a fame. What was it for, Annie? It wasn't about money. It wasn't about touring. It wasn't about all those things. Thank you, God, for those things. But that's not me. Me is giving back, trying to bring change. And yeah, I'm gonna mess with
yeah.
politics. I will mess with politics because you know what? Politicians make decisions that rule our lives. And these are just
Yes,
men.
yeah,
And back in the day, they make a decision. It could be wrong. You lose your house, you lose your job, you lose your livelihood. But now you could lose your life. So you
yes,
know what? It's not about listening to politicians. It's about doing the right thing, being safe. Politicians dance around problems. They dance around questions. I
yeah,
I, I challenge them to 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 make speeches without the piece of paper in front of them. Say it from your
yeah,
heart. Say it from your heart. A lot of them, you see what's written is written by 5 people. But if you put the mic in front of them on an odd day, they don't even know how to speak properly. So you know what?
yeah.
You're not representing nothing. You're not representing
Mm.
nothing, politicians. Not in this country. India's had difficulties too, but wow, that's a can of worms. You know what I mean? If I was in India, I would have said so much more things. I want to come back India. When I came to India in 1992 and they showed me 50,000 people on Delhi Stadium and Nehru
Yeah,
Stadium, 50 there. I was more concerned about the 50,000 kids on the street. Yeah.
yeah,
And I couldn't believe it as an Indian. I couldn't believe it because I had children myself of that age. And I said,
yeah,
wow. And yeah, I understand that you guys see it every day. But you know what? From a foreigner's point of view, I, I,
yeah,
I, I set up an academy right there, Apache Indian Foundation. And I wrote a song about it. So AIM Academy now is nothing new. AIM, and
yeah,
I went to see Sonia Gandhi to get her endorsement. I went to see the Prime Minister at the time. I got pictures with Rahul and everybody. So great support from the highest level. But there's things to be dealt with on the streets, from education to poverty to orphans.
Absolutely.
There's so much stuff. And if I can be a part of that, I will. Otherwise, what are we doing, people? What are we doing with our names, our fame? India is it's got a lot of riches as well as the poverty, but it's got a lot of, it's too much. There's too much divide. And I get it. Look what's happening in India with the farmers in India. There's things to be done. Musicians are important. I want you to come together. In this country, we didn't get the support this year from the government because we've had a terrible year as musicians. I don't give up. We have to ride the waves. But you know what? You're going to hear too much from me because music was about that. And that comes
I'm
from
hearing
reggae.
it. I'm hearing it. And
the consciousness of reggae, the consciousness of wanting to change things. Don't be happy. Are you happy? Is everyone? No, be happy, but don't be comfortable. Don't get comfortable.
Don't be too comfortable.
There's things to do, especially in foreigners. Over here. Let me ask you a question. We're foreigners over here. When I come to India, they call me a foreigner. Where's home?
I get the same. I get the same actually. I don't belong, but I say, look, I'm easy with myself. I'm a hybrid, and people have to accept me.
I found belonging and freedom through music.
Yeah. So I need to start singing. Is that what you're saying, Apache? I need to start singing. I need to come to your academy.
Live free in your dreams. Don't let anyone take that away from anyone. Whether it's music, whether it's acting, whether it's other industries, your dreams, your passions. Don't let anyone take it through any kind of what's the word? Discrimination. Stand there. I got discriminated against from my own people when I started to say, oh, look, I was representing myself, a new culture. I wanted to be real and honest to myself. I took the blows from my own community. I took the blows from the wider community until
you're still standing, Apache.
Still standing.
You're still standing.
I'm still standing. I don't want people to stand. Go against the grain if you have to, but do not do things away from your God. Believe in yourself, in your heart, in your soul. Good things come to those who wait. Nothing comes overnight, people. And follow your dreams. Don't let anyone take it away.
I'm talking to him. I waited years for this. Apache, you know what? I went to one of your gigs. I didn't believe. If somebody had told me then that I'd be talking to you today, I would never have believed it. I haven't given up mine.
I'm just a simple guy. Anyone can reach out to me. I'll say it again. Apache Indian HQ, Instagram, AIM Music Academy. We're coming to start Academy right there in India as well. And, all my friends and all my contacts, I'm going to bring them together to help the next generation. So look out for the movement. Look out for the movement's coming back to India.
Count me in. But listen, now, Stephen Kapoor, Apache Indian. I want to know, where does that name come from? Was it just out of a book? Were you just, I don't know, watching a cowboy in India movie or reading a book? Where did the name come from? I need to know.
Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you where Stephen comes from.
Only the truth. No, I want to know where Apache comes from.
Apache, okay, tell you where Apache comes from. Apache comes from a singer I used to listen to from Jamaica. He's still alive, still well, now a friend. My biggest inspiration is called Supercat, reggae Indian artist from Jamaica, born and raised in Jamaica. And he's called the Wild Apache. So anyone looks at anyone, so Wild Apache. And then when I made my first record, because it was just one record, they said, do you have a name? I said, no. I was just filling this form in. Okay. Apache, Indian. I'm Indian. Yeah, Apache Indian. Right. So, and that's literally how he came to fill the form in. The names brought me problems, a few problems. People in America say, are you an Apache Indian? So, especially with the first album called No Reservations. I'm Indian and very proud to be Indian, so that's where it comes from.
Just say, I'm a traveller. That's what Apaches do. This is what Apache Indian, I'm a traveller. So I'm living up.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a cowboy. We're looking for the cowboys. Yeah, Apache's looking for the cowboys now. Yeah.
No, but I just want to know, just throwing it out there, does Stephen also have an interesting story?
It does, yeah. It's more interesting. It's more interesting.
Go on and tell me.
Quickly, my parents, when they came over, there was a TV show in this country called The Avengers.
Oh God, yes. No,
remember?
You're just...
And there was like three detectives. A lady, I forget their names, but one was called Steed.
Yeah.
So my mum loved that program. And obviously, when I was born, she couldn't speak English properly. And she said to the nurses, said, "What's the name of the baby?" She said, "Steed." And they wouldn't think Steed. They said, "Indian lady can't speak properly. Steve, right?" So thank you very much, guys. So if you want to know the truth, Steed.
Do you
And
know,
then
this is the funny thing.
people say to me, your name can't be Steve. I mean, it can't be Apache. What's your real name? I say Stephen. They say, oh, forget it. So they don't believe me
Forget it, your
anyway.
name's
So
Apache. No, but this is a funny thing. Oh, this is hysterical. Honestly, this is hysterical. But I need to ask you, you know what? Where are the dreadlocks, by the way? I want to see, where are your dreadlocks? Are they there? Are they
yeah.
real? Are they extensions or are they real hair?
Oh my God. That's disrespectful. You can't say that.
I want to know, is that real? Have you
Of
grown
course.
that over
Should
30
I
years?
open, should I open it out?
Go,
No, no.
if you want to, but otherwise I don't want to spoil your effort. Love it. So that's the Apache I know. That is
Okay,
the
so
guy that I know.
you see the dreadlocks. When I studied
Loving it.
dreadlocks, if you go and study dreadlocks, you will find that dreadlocks come from India. Yeah.
Oh,
Now, yeah. So when I studied dreadlocks, and I'm 53 years old, I'm not wearing this for no fashion or no, trying to
yeah,
be different. So when I first grew dreadlocks, it was before I had the lines in my hair. Before that, I had dreadlocks. So I'll post a picture in a few weeks of when I had dreadlocks. When I was 18.
yeah.
Anyway, I had my
Mhm.
lines with all the fashion and whatever. And then later on, I thought, you know what, I want my dreadlocks again. And I kept had this urge to grow my dreadlocks again. And then
Yeah,
I went to Jamaica, I went to Africa, I spoke to Rastafari, I spoke to a lot of people from, the faith, with dreadlocks, you more
yeah.
know it from that. And they told me that, the earliest images of dreadlocks is Shivaji, the Hindu god. And
Yes,
a lot of Hindus and the
yeah,
sadhus had moved over
yes.
to Jamaica and the Caribbean for work at the end of the 18th century, going to the 19th century. And there was a lot of influences from if you look it up, Hinduism and
Love it.
Rastafari, that they took a lot of, and one of them was the dreadlocks. So if you look at
A
the
lot of
earliest images,
history.
if you
People
look at
don't
the
realize
earliest
it.
images, it is Shiva. I grew up with Shiva. I'm from a Hindu family, so I grew up with those. I didn't even realize. So today, as a Hindu, isn't it true? Isn't it good to have dreadlock? I mean, they're growing.
Oh,
I'm enjoying my
lovely
hair.
stuff.
It brings me peace. But it is from my culture. And if you look at even the Sikh culture, they don't grow there. It's a
They,
part
they
of.
don't
So
they don't
every
cut their hair either.
every Sikh is a sadhu. You know what I mean? So what I'm
Oh,
saying is, I'm embracing that from our culture, and there's more similarities. So don't ignore these things. And people think that, oh, you know what, that it's related to this, and he's trying to be different. Now, if I tell you, it's more real to have dreadlocks as a Hindu than anything
yeah,
else. You know what I mean? It comes from our culture. Embrace it and don't disrespect it. And you know what? Lots
yeah,
of things come from our culture that we don't speak about that are so good, like meditation and rakia
yeah,
and healing that the rest of the world is looking at. We don't speak enough about these great things from India, meditation, yoga, all these things, great riches, the culture, the music, the fashion. India's been very creative for many years. The UK
yeah,
entertainment scene can learn a lot from India. When I come to
yeah,
India, there's a lot more respect for the industry because your uncle
yeah,
may have been in Bollywood or
yeah,
somebody may that Here we don't have a problem. We have a problem
yeah,
with Asian people. A little bit of fame, it goes straight here. So
yeah,
and there's an attitude and and it holds us back. But yeah, the dreadlocks
yeah,
come and they bring me peace. They are
yeah.
real as they can ever get.
You know,
And
I'm almost jealous because my hair's not that long. I'm really jealous. I don't know how you did that. And I
so
have
yeah,
tried. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do the same.
can you do
Uh,
this like this? Can you tie it up?
you know what? I can, but it's not. Can you see how short it is? I can't compete with you.
Is
I'm
any
really
is, that,
impressed.
is anybody watching this? Is this private? I'm doing my hair
No,
up.
it's not. No, no,
Like,
no, no. It's public. Everyone can watch it.
oh, is
It's
it?
like,
I'm using this as a mirror. I'm,
well, you don't see me. See, you only see me. There are lots
now,
of people looking at you do this.
when
Loving
ladies
it.
say when ladies say I can't go out tonight because I'm looking after my hair and washing
My
it,
hair.
now I know what it means, girls.
You feel my pain. But listen, did your parents ever regret leaving you with that Jamaican nanny or that Jamaican family? Did they ever regret it in any way?
Oh God, not at all. I mean, before I was born, they were friends. Miss
Yeah,
Codrington, big respect. Obviously, she's left us now. God rest her soul. But she looked after many kids in the community. There was a lot of
yeah,
work done before we got here. With
yeah,
the people from Jamaica and the Caribbean and people from India. They came
yeah,
from struggling, hard countries, and they didn't come with any problems. They come with they want to work. They want to send money back home. And the Jamaicans and the Caribbean, they were the same. So there was
all
a
of us are
lot of
doing the
unity.
same thing.
There was a lot of
Yeah,
unity, and obviously, the Jamaican nanny helped my mother when look after me
yeah,
for 5 years, and we stayed friends for many years. The whole families are friends still. The family still own the same house, and
Wow.
all the sons actually went into martial arts, and some of them were world
Right.
champions. So we're in touch with them. We're still working together. But what a
Mm.
great way to say that, we celebrated diversity from day one. We
Yeah.
celebrated multicultural from day one. So when you see me singing later on with all those influences, you
Yeah.
have a right to ask me the question, "Oh, where's it come from?" But you don't have the
Mm.
right to disrespect me, because
No, no, fair
it
enough.
was real. It was real. Don't disrespect something that you don't know. Don't disrespect
No,
people
fair
that you
enough.
just go and find out where they come from or why they're doing what they're doing. And people, yes, you can copy what I'm doing, don't copy. Be influenced by it, because it wasn't your
Mm.
journey. Make the music the
This is it.
inspiration. If the message from my journey is make your journey your own, and
Yeah.
then prove that to the world, and make your own lane through life in whatever industry. It's not easy. The world's not getting easy. It feels like sometimes we are against the world on our own. It doesn't have to
But
be that. It
but
doesn't have to be that.
is that how you're supporting your students though? So you've got your music academy that you've opened up in Birmingham. And
That's
so
right.
what are the things that you're teaching them? Is this also part of the learning as well? So how are you
Absolutely.
supporting them?
Absolutely. For people that don't know, I have my own music academy. I opened up 8 years ago. The thinking behind it quickly was the fact that, I've been going through music 30 years, questioning with my God, what was it for? I mean, it
Yeah.
was about the money, the riches, the fame, the gold. No, it was about giving back. I took one day out my week every week to support my community. I set up a youth club academy, if you like,
Yeah.
in a college. So using the resources that we already have, put my own money into it, no
Yeah.
funding, nothing from no one, completely voluntary. I don't want to speak about money. So,
Yeah.
and it was about helping the young people, and it wasn't just about music. Music brings us together, first of all. And
Yeah.
we have to find ways of bringing us together, because communities have become more diverse. And if you don't bring us together, we
Mm.
will then be more divided. And I'm just using, it wasn't rocket science. I grew up with a sense of community, youth clubs. We've had lots of
Yeah.
cuts. So those things have gone, but I put it back in place. So
No, I
yeah,
love
young
it.
people, thousands of young people have come to my academy from far and near. They've been helped in the sense of, going back into education, writing a reference, calling someone, give the girl a chance, that
Loving it.
personal touch was missing. I will do
Yeah.
that. I also put my name to it. Obviously, people know my name. So, let's go and see Apache. I went out to businesses and said, can you sponsor us? Someone gives us 3,000 bottles of water for the kids, and 3 or 4 kids have been signed to international record companies because I have all these contacts.
Wow.
What was it
Fantastic.
for? It's still
Yeah.
running. Look out for it. We've just set up Apache Indian Founder Academy in Holland last year. Again,
Wow.
exchange programs. I go there. I mean, it's only 45 minutes away from us, a quick flight. So we have an academy there. Look out for that. Apache Indian, AIM Academy NL, Netherlands. And we're coming to India. Obviously, we're coming to India. We've been talking to someone in Pune. Ichi Pose is
Yeah.
a DJ friend of mine. He said
Oh.
he would help us, but there's many people that want to help. Once
Hmm.
once we've started, it just snowballs. People will help with guitars and drums, and
Yeah.
here's a pool. And we've had support from the community. As I said, it's not about money. Don't give me money. Don't send me money. We've been doing it properly, and
Yeah.
it's about life skills for the kids. It's about preparing
Yeah.
them for life itself. Respect, manners goes a long way. It's not just about your talent. And you get rid of racism, get rid of evil. It's good over evil
Yeah.
right now. It's not about the color of your skin. It's not about the religion that you come from. It's not even about your bad. It's about, are you good or bad? That's it.
Yeah.
Simple. Good or bad. And there's no time for bad people. There's places for them to go. Prisons,
Yeah.
gangs, do what you like. Where do good
Yeah.
people come? Where do good people go to spread that message? There's not places. This
Yeah.
is going to be a place. I will
Well, let's
use
hope.
music. I will use your platform, my platform, for the good people to get together, and then
No, good stuff.
you're gonna see us thrive. And if I have to start that movement started a long time ago. For me, I'm sharing that platform. People, let's go. We have bands in India like
Mm.
Bombay Basement that did Glastonbury. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know. I
Bombay,
didn't. I didn't.
Bombay Basement, hip hop, reggae, Hindi band. They toured all over India, dear friends of mine, and they did Glastonbury 2 years ago. So the world stages are waiting for you people. We are holding ourselves back. You are holding somebody back today, and no one's going to get in my way. And if I can help, get rid of blockages in your life. The world changed.
No,
We have to
loving it.
change. We have to change.
No, and I hope that people are listening and they literally cotton on to that. But there's something that you mentioned that really struck me just now. When we were, to be honest, we're from the same generation. Just don't tell anybody. Right. So when we came out, there was a lot more interaction. There were a lot more people that you could talk to. And now it's all pretty much digital. there's everything, sometimes I don't even know it. We are very kind of sociable, yet we're all really lonely. So I just want to ask you one question. Honestly speaking, right? Because was it easier to gain? Do you think you would have had the success today, right? If you did what you did today compared to yesteryear, would it have been more difficult to be who you are today?
I absolutely say it would be more difficult. There seems to
Mm,
be a lot more divide. My success has come from support. It's come from
yeah,
community. It's come from the love of the next door neighbor. It's come from, the
yeah,
support from the academy, and it's come from not the academy, from the community. And it's come from, someone saying, black people saying, "Oh, here's a mic for you. You want to sing? You go and sing." It's come from opportunity.
gosh,
It's come from all those things. And as I
everyone's
said,
played a part.
everyone has played a part. Even my parents, they didn't understand fully what I was doing, but they got closer to me when they heard me singing in Punjabi on the first song. But
Wow,
I learned that. But I learned that from them. So it
yeah,
goes on, and I learned the patois and the Jamaican, the respect for Jamaica from the next door neighbor. So yes, it was very, very personal. It was very, very community. It was very, very all of us. So if it was that in the beginning, it's that now. It's that now.
yeah.
So what? Why? So when people hear
So
me talking about things, how can it be any different, guys?
So no, but what are people missing today, do you think? With all the digital, the digital era, what's
I
missing
think
today then,
I
do you
think
think?
people are I think people have moved on. The world's moved on, but people are missing the balance. We
Yeah,
can't go from hard work and appreciating hard work for people to say now you can get rich quick, you can get famous quick. You don't actually have to
yeah,
work so hard anymore. And my father worked in a factory for 40 years. Yeah, really
yeah.
good. Oh, my father worked in a factory for 40 years. He must be stupid. I ain't gonna do that. So the
Mm,
thinking is different. I understand the thinking is different, but find the
yeah,
balance. Because what are you going to teach your kids, people? Are you going to tell them, yeah, it can
yeah,
happen overnight? And for all the people that happens overnight, it can fall overnight too. And all the people that,
yes,
get a job. So lay your foundation in life, people. By 23, 24, you should have, what you like, what you don't like, and you should laying seeds that
yeah.
would grow by your 30. Don't wait till 30 to lay those seeds, because then you're going to be 40. So,
Well,
grab life, grab the opportunities, make it real, make it honest. And, people are important. Not only chase your dreams, but help people chase theirs. And we don't do that
yeah,
enough. Ask
this
her
is
and
it,
him,
committed to.
how are you doing? How can I help you? And that's what my life has been about. That's how I've got where I am
Mm,
from. I think I would go as far as saying if it was left to my own community, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it.
yeah,
It was sometimes big thing, acceptance from different communities, different people, and then your own
mm,
community say, well, hold on, what happened Monday? He's one of
yeah,
ours, isn't he? Why don't you say
yeah,
that in the first place, people? Because not a lot
yeah,
of people have the chance to go and break another community to bring it back to you. Because my
mm,
music was diverse. What about the person whose music isn't diverse? You
yeah.
can ruin his chances. You can take his way, his confidence, his dreams, his wishes. But yet he could have been a big
Be
artist or
open.
successful, in his industry. So more
Well,
support from our community. You know what? I came to India, and when I first came, everyone kept asking my name. They're Nakia, they're Nakia, and I couldn't work it out. Sometimes it's a bit disrespectful. Because in
yeah,
Jamaica, they say, yeah, man, Dan Raj, man, Indian, come pass through and whatever, whatever. If I'm telling you a
yeah.
name, I tell you. If I don't, I don't. And then someone told me that the reason they're asking your name, they want to know what caste you're from.
Oh, okay.
Because if you're from a lower caste, you wouldn't have had the success in India. Now you tell me, is that true?
Well, see,
It's
India,
interesting.
well,
It's
it's
interesting.
interesting. It is
Right.
interesting. There's so many things that are playing a part here in somebody's success because to a certain extent, I have to say, and I have to say this live, that caste may actually have an impact on your progression here. Was it there in England? No, it wasn't because we were fighting for different things there. We went over for different reasons. So, and when you're coming here, it's a different reason. So our lives are very different. But I'll tell you something, what I love, you sowed those seeds and you are still, you know what, you're still dropping tracks. I mean, 30 years later, at the age of 53, you've got a new one that you've dropped just what, late last year. What's not to love?
Wow.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Come on. Tell me, how is it that you've adapted it to the new generation though? What have you done? Have you done something different with it? Or have you kept the
And
iconic sound?
yeah, thank you for mentioning the new album. The new album is out there. It's called What's Not to Love, people. Please look out for it. It's done really, really well. And I know I
Yeah.
had a chance to put it together in the lockdown because we had the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it has all the old school Apache Indian Don Raja flavors. Some people said it is my best album. I would think it's my best album. It's my favorite
Yeah.
album after everything because I'm still supporting people. I'm still celebrating life. You have the Punjabi
Yeah.
there from Binda Baj, where you have hunters, some reggae, some more people are have entered that scene and want to be a
Yeah.
part of it and wanted to grow. And it helps them. It's
Yeah.
diversity for the art. So yes, the movement's grown. How I've kept it alive is by working with young people. You have
Yeah.
young people like, Jay Productions from London, who's never
Yeah.
released a song, who's so talented. He's even been on X Factor. But he told me
Yeah.
himself, there's no platform for me, Apache. I don't know what to do. His parents support him so much because they know that's his dream,
Yeah.
but there's no support. So he actually gave up. So I worked
Yeah.
with him. I've got 3 songs on the album with him. And now, his songs with other artists, I
Wow.
played on Radio 1. So I made his dreams come true. I've given him a chance and shared that platform for him to follow his dreams. And no one gave him that. So this is what I'm talking about. The album is
Yeah.
more than just music. There's a young kid on there called John Rogers. He's from
Yeah.
he's from the academy. He's never had a song out before, ever.
Wow.
So
Loving
let's give
this.
young people a chance. I challenge all the famous people, all the people who have names, to go and
Yeah.
work with someone who doesn't have a name. You know what
This
I
could
mean?
be a trend. This could be the trend.
It's time to think out the box, Annie. The
Mm.
world changed, as I said, the music business changed in the last year, and with the internet, there's so much issues to address. I'm addressing them through music. I'm still trying to help people and find still my identity at this old age where I'm celebrating my music. Why should it stop?
No, you're not
Why should
old.
it,
You're not.
it
Yeah.
gets better. It gets better.
Don't say you're old, because what does that mean for me?
Old is gold.
Honestly.
Old is gold. I love it. It's not about how old you are. It's what you achieve by that age.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the person that says I should have and I could have and I would have and I should
Yeah,
have taken that opportunity. I'm
Yeah,
telling people,
exactly.
take it, do it, and think
Hey.
about it. But you know what? Explore many things. Don't hold back when it comes to hobbies, passions, dreams, and especially don't let anyone take it away from you.
Well, how can you know what? You're a great example. You've worked with Stereo Nation. You've worked with Shaggy. You've worked with Maxi Priest. Who else? You've worked with? Oh my God, A.R. Rahman. I mean,
So
come
many.
on,
So many. I mean,
many amazing stuff.
The greatest thing about that was none of those collaborations were planned. It would just happen to be
Yeah.
the right place. It's planned by God himself. Trust me, some things you have to leave to God. You can work as hard as you
Yeah.
like, but when you get the blessings, so great. And you know what? More than anything else, the unique position to be in to work with Asher Bosley and then Tim
Yeah.
Dog, a hardcore rapper from the Bronx. Or
Yeah.
that's what music does, and it just shows you across generations, across genres, languages, nations,
Yeah,
by language.
absolutely.
I've worked
Transverses
with
it all.
the biggest artists in Jamaica to the biggest artists in India to the biggest
Yeah.
artists in rap, and I'm blessed to do that. Malkit Singh, Jazzy B,
Yeah.
to Asher Bosley. I mean, music is just, I mean, wow, we started off something that was very personal. Look how it grew. Look how it blossomed.
Yes.
Look how people
Wow.
have blessed it.
That is a dream.
Maxi Priest
That is
singing in
believing a
Punjabi
dream.
on the first album.
Can you
Frankie
imagine?
Paul.
No. But
There's so much stuff.
who's your dream? If you had to choose one person in India right now, or anywhere, in fact, across the globe, who would you want to work with? Who have you left out?
Gurdas Man.
Gurdas. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Because Gurdas Man,
Gurdas?
if you're listening, sir, Party, sir, please.
Come in.
Baki diya galla shaddo, dil saaf hona
Music
chahiye.
Academy, aa jao.
Look how long he's been saying those. I mean, so what a fantastic artist, one of my best, and God will put that together at the right time.
Oh, you know what? I tell you something. Do you know, I had so much more to ask you. Can you imagine? And yeah, I know we're not going to get time, but I am so grateful to have the chat that I have, and listen to your stories. It's been so enlightening. I cannot wait for you to come to India. I'll be waiting. You better get in touch, because I want to be a part of all of this. Whatever you're doing here and whatever you're making, I want to be a part of it. So make sure you call me and let me know.
Yeah, you're a part
I'm
already. We're a part of this movement together, like many people are. It's a movement to recognize change. It's a movement to separate good and evil, good over evil. People, thank you very much, Annie. Looking forward to this. You worked so hard to make this happen. God bless you. Everyone listening, when the movement's officially started, come on board. Come on board. And I'm coming to India to open up a can of worms, Annie. So I hope I got your support.
My God.
You know what I mean? And it's only so that we can, you know, have closure on certain things, and it doesn't happen to other generations, and we move
Right.
forward together. So, you know, one step back, two steps forward, guys. Yeah.
Right. So, like, I'm not going to ask you any of that now because I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a whole kind of an
Serious
interview
stuff.
just on that. Yeah. So make sure when we talk again that you've got it prepped, you've got the stories. I want to know. The world wants to know.
Yeah,
India wants to know.
and we got to do a part two to this until that happens. Yeah, we got to do a part two.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. And I have to say, you know what? Thank you to the listeners, whoever's tuned in, they've come in and out, and to the future listeners who will be watching the IGTV as they all come on. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, if you want to see more of Apache, you listen more to listen to his voice a bit more, then come to my website www.annied.in. And you can also, you know what, Annie D in conversation with Apache Indian on YouTube. And there is just so much more. So, you know what, Apache Stephen, the merging, it doesn't matter what I call you because it's all about diversity. It's all about fusion. And it's happened here. Both of the same world, but in different parts of the world. We made it happen. And let's hope we can just take this forward. And I hope when you're here, let's do something even better. It'd be fantastic.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. You know, all your support and all the work you put in. I thank you. This was special. This was special.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank
Everyone,
you so much.
go and listen. Go and follow Annie D in conversation. That's how we're doing. She's trying to bring a change. She's trying to bring a change with a platform, real positive, great energy. We love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you.
You know what? I love this and I want it all over again. So make sure. So
Let's
Apache, take care. Take care. I will see you soon.
Start growing the dreadlocks.
Yeah, I will. I'm trying.
God bless
All good.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye now.